What if I told you that the ground beneath your feet was once a blazing ball of fire? Where oceans didn't exist, forests hadn't yet grown, and the very air you breathe today would have killed you instantly? Imagine standing on Earth. Not the blue and green planet we know, but a hellish world of molten rock, toxic skies, and endless storms. Now fast forward 4 billion years and here we are. Yet the same Earth is once again heating up, this time not by volcanoes but by us. Stay with me, because the story of our planet is wilder, scarier, and more beautiful than any science fiction you've ever heard. Around 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was born from cosmic chaos. Huge chunks of rock and metal collided in deep space, merging into a newborn planet. But this was no paradise. It was a nightmare. Temperatures soared beyond imagination. The surface was lava, oceans were boiling, and asteroid impacts shook the ground like constant earthquakes. Slowly, things began to change. Over millions of years, steam from volcanic eruptions cooled into clouds, and the first rains poured down. Imagine storms that lasted centuries, filling the basins of Earth with water until entire oceans were born. Life, that was the real miracle. In the dark depths of these oceans, tiny single-celled organisms appeared. They were invisible, fragile, and yet they carried the spark that would eventually shape all living beings, including us. These microscopic pioneers released oxygen into the air, transforming Earth's toxic atmosphere into something new, breathable skies. Without them, there would be no forests, no animals, no humans. Jump ahead a few billion years, and Earth is unrecognizable. The age of dinosaurs thunders in, towering beasts roaming lush jungles. But just as easily as life bloomed, destruction followed. Massive extinctions, asteroids, volcanic winters, and ice ages reset the planet over and over again. Earth was always in motion, constantly rewriting its story, and then came us, humans. For the first time in billions of years, Earth had creatures capable not only of surviving its changes, but of changing it. At first, our presence was small, fires in caves, stone tools, simple farming. But then came cities, machines, and industries. Forests that had taken millions of years to grow vanished in decades. Rivers were dammed, mountains were mined, and skies once clear turned smoky. Here's the shocking part. The heat that once came from volcanoes and meteors is now being trapped by our own actions. Burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and endless consumption are heating our planet day by day. Earth is no stranger to climate shifts, but never before has one species accelerated it so quickly. Just think about it. The same Earth that survived fire, ice, and meteors now trembles under plastic waste, vanishing rainforests, and rising carbon levels. The glaciers that once carved valleys are melting faster than ever. Oceans are swelling, and species are disappearing before we even discover them. But here's the twist in the story. Earth doesn't need saving. We do. Earth will continue with or without us for billions of years more. The real question is whether we will remain part of its story. Imagine 100 years from now, if we continue as we are, will our descendants inherit a planet of droughts, floods, and empty forests? Or will they walk in a greener world, where humanity finally learned to live in balance with the planet that made us? The story of Earth is written in fire, water, and life. From a burning rock in space to a blue planet full of wonder, it has survived everything the universe threw at it. And now the pen is in our hands. So I'll leave you with this. What if the greatest chapter of Earth's history hasn't been written yet? And it depends on what we choose today.